Hi guys and welcome back. On the last video I briefly touched on the kilometres that I was going to be doing. So for me to try and get around Europe for 3 months, doing 13,500 kilometres, it averages about 150 kilometres per day. That doesn't seem like a lot, but if I do choose to stay in a place for more than one day at a time, which is more than likely, I'm going to have to make that time up on another day. I've planned a map through Moto, which is a motorcycling navigation app, and that hooks up to my GPS. So the GPX files are transferable as a file onto my GPS. So that means that I can plan my whole trip on the computer and then just transfer the files straight off my computer onto the GPS. Unfortunately, with the parameters that Moto has at the moment, and it's understandable because GPS or GPX files are big files, you can only plan up to 3,000 kilometers per route. So I've had to plan my trip in 4 separate trips, and I've outlined in each individual trip a start point and an end point. So the start point is indicated in green and the end point is the last red marker on the map. So you'll see the map in 4 different stages, and the start point of every stage will be a continuation of the end point on the last map, if that makes sense. On Moto, there's a couple of different options that you can take as far as your mapping and your plotting. So you can either choose to go the fastest route, which basically just takes you from point A to point B as fast as possible. Or you can choose to go the fastest route but no highways, so it'll actually divert you off the highways but still take you the quickest route possible. You've got the winding route, which gets you off highways and fast passageways and carriageways and that sort of thing, and puts you into nice twisty roads. Or you have the twisty option, which is basically zigzagging and trying to pick every single twisty road there is from point A to point B, and it just mashes it all together and just gives you an awesome ride. So I've tried to stick as much as I can to that twisty route section. However, the kilometers just get eaten up like that. There's a lot of twisties in it anyway. There's a lot of unreal alpine regions, mountain ranges and that sort of thing that are inbuilt into the trip. So if I have to sit on the highway for a couple of days, then it's not the end of the world. So this is a really rough indicator as to what I'm going to be doing. It's really difficult to plan a trip like this and factor in accommodation, how long you're going to want to stay in certain places, tourist sites, all the rest of it. So it really comes up to having a baseline map and then just feeling it out as you go. So I'm not going to try and deviate too far off this track, only because of the kilometers and my insurance limitations. It's expensive enough as it is for insurance. Obviously, me being Australian and then coming across to the UK without any no claims bonus, the insurance company played a pretty hard ball trying to get any sort of a policy at all through them. A lot of them were just no quotes. They didn't want to talk to me at all. So I'm hoping that I can stay under that 10,000 kilometers, but hey, I'm over there once and I'm not going to miss out on any opportunities if they present themselves. I'm going to try my best to factor it into the trip. So I'll run through a bit of the map with you now, and you can have a bit of a look for yourself and just see where I'm going to be headed on the official map. And yeah, come along with me, enjoy the ride. From the Eurotunnel, I'll be heading across into Brussels before dipping down into Germany and riding as the crow flies across into the Czech Republic. From the Czech Republic, I'll be heading north into Poland, following parts of the Trans-European Trail down into Slovakia, before heading further south into Hungary. The second part of the tour goes from Hungary down into Romania, where I'll be riding the Transfer-Garrison Pass and then heading back up into the Transalpina. From the Transalpina, I'll head down into Bulgaria, across into Greece, horseshoeing back up into Albania, Montenegro, following the coast road into Bosnia, before heading into Croatia and following that up into not-so Slovenia. Map 3 is going to be a cracking ride across Slovenia and into Austria, and then heading across the Austrian Alps down into Italy. From Italy, I'll be crossing into France
the southern part of France into Monaco, before heading further inland and across into the Spanish border. So map 4 consists of heading from the Spanish border down into Madrid, and then I'll follow the inland route down into Seville, where I'll cross the Portuguese border, heading to the southernmost part of Portugal. From there, I'll head back up the coastline into Lisbon, follow a couple of scenic spots through the coastline before dipping back up into Spanish border, and then heading across the top of the Spanish coastline back into Santander before catching a ferry back to the UK.
In the meantime, look out for my next videos. I'm going to be posting a video about, obviously, my bike. I haven't said anything about that yet. So that's going to be a bit of a grand reveal in the next video. I'm going to be bringing that up. So make sure you stick around, stay tuned, hit the like and subscribe button, and stay tapped into the next videos and what's happening. So I look forward to seeing you then.